Long after the dinosaurs, but long before humans, a monstrous family of pig-like beasts appeared on Earth, the Entelodonts. They were so ferocious and hellish that they have since become more commonly known as the Hell Pigs, or Terminator pigs. And for millions of years, from the Eocene epoch to the Miocene, they roamed the Earth's northern hemisphere, terrorizing many, and often establishing themselves as apex predators. They were all truly terrifying. However, even among them, there was one that stood out, the Daeodon. This giant hell pig was first named all the way back in 1878, though it wasn't immediately recognized as an entelodont, as the founder of the Daeodon said it was just a perissodactyl that was closely related to Megacerops and left it at that. This belief persisted for decades, until the early 1900s, when it was finally recognized as a member of the Entelodont family. But this wasn't the end of its classification debacle, as through time, more species of this genus would be proposed, only to end up being proved illegitimate later on, resulting in only one species being universally agreed upon today. At the same time, other hell pigs like the famous Dino would also be redefined as being interchangeable with the Daeodon, as paleontologists learn more about this creature. Though, thankfully, it seems that for now, the Daeodon has stabilized and rests comfortably in the Entelodon family. And like the rest of its family, the Daeodon turned out to be more related to whales and hippos than the Megacerops, or even pigs as its nickname would indicate. Additionally, the Daeodon was also similar to its relatives when it came to general appearance, sporting many of the common features seen in other held pigs. But where it set itself apart was size, as adult individuals were capable of being 1.77 meters or 5.8 feet tall at the shoulders, while possibly growing over 9 feet or 2.7 meters in length, making them truly massive, and larger than virtually all other hell pigs. Only the Para-Entelodon may have been comparable in size, yet it's only known from incomplete material. Additionally, the largest known Entelodont skeleton belongs to a Daeodon, which reaffirmed many that it is indeed the largest member of its family, for now. Although, despite the presence of fairly complete skeletons, paleontologists are not so sure of its weight. They'll believe it was rather hefty, considering it would have been quite muscular and possessed a titanic skull. Entelodonts in general are known for their large, robust heads, but the Daeodon really took it to another level, as their skulls measured a whopping 3 feet, or 0.91 meters in length, making up a large portion of its body. In fact, its head was so large that the Daeodon needed extra support just to carry it around, which came in the form of a spinal hump, to which muscles and tendons from the head were attached to, granting it the necessary mobility. Its head was also unique because along with being gargantuan, it had large bony expansions, a common sight amongst the hell pigs. Some paleontologists believe that these expansions would have had muscles attached to them in real life, while others think that they could have been used for display. But what is known is that even when disregarding these features, the Daeodon still had an extremely powerful skull, which allowed it to pack one killer bite, powerful enough to crush straight through the bones of other animals, which has been demonstrated by wear and tear patterns on its teeth. This bone-eating habit of the Daeodon confirmed that it was partially carnivorous, but did not help quell the debate that has arisen around its eating tendencies, as some think it to have been solely a scavenger. This group believes that its titanic head was so cumbersome that the Daeodon was not capable of effectively hunting live animals due to the weight, and thus exclusively relied on scavenging. Yet others point to its bison-like running adaptations as evidence that it could hunt and chase prey if it wanted to. And there has been findings from both Daeodons and other hell pigs, which suggest that they at least occasionally hunted live prey, as bite marks were found on chelicotheres which were administered to body parts that are usually targeted for the purpose of killing a live animal. It has also been proposed that thanks to its intimidating size and powerful jaws, that the Daeodon could also acquire food by letting other predators do the hard work of hunting an animal down, and proceed to steal the kill by scaring or fighting the predators off of the carcass, which it would then devour. It was thanks to this prowess and size that the Daeodon became an apex predator in its environments. However, even it wasn't safe all the time, as it had to watch out for none other than other Daeodons. It's long been known that Daeodons would use its hellish mouth on others of its own kind, as specimens have been found with bite marks to the faces, which match the teeth of other Daeodons. These bite marks were likely the result of battles over dominance for land or over potential mates, and were regular occurrences for this ravenous Entelodonts, as many individuals bear such kind of damage. Yet, it didn't use its killer weapon of a mouth solely for tearing into flesh, be it prey or foe, as the Daeodon was in fact an omnivore. This is known thanks to its diverse array of teeth, as some of them, like the molars, are similar to those seen in modern-day omnivores. Additionally, the enamel patterns on its teeth suggest that when it wasn't eating meat and bones, it was feasting on nuts, roots, and vines. This omnivorous diet was especially handy during dry seasons, which routinely afflicted the Daeodon's ecosystem, and it appears that the Daeodon would also specifically eat grapevines during these harsh, arid times in order to stay hydrated. This ability to consume a variety of foods gave the Daeodon a distinct advantage over many of the other animals it shared its habitat with, being North America. And within its homeland of prehistoric North America, the Daeodon is best known for being found in the Agate fossil beds, an area that coincides with present-day Nebraska. It was here that the Daeodon roamed vast grasslands for millions of years and encountered a variety of other animals, including gazelle-like camels, the giant morapis, numerous species of medium-sized bear dogs, beavers which were primarily terrestrial hunters, and small rhinoceros. These miniature rhinos were essential to the Daeodon's diets, as they were relatively easy pickings, and by far the most plentiful animal in the area, numbering in the thousands. They are also important as they happen to provide information about what kind of animal the Daeodon was, as each dry season, droves of these rhinos would die off due to the harsh conditions, and yet limited Daeodon specimens have been found around them, indicating that the Daeodon did not live in packs. But thanks to its immense weapon, it didn't need to. Unfortunately, despite being a top predator, the Daeodon was no match for the changing world, and research on its environment has shown that it lived in an area that saw rapid changes, which likely led to the Daeodon's ultimate demise as it struggled to adapt.